Jimmy Fay. Family Landscaping, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. The Black River Ale House, where the Romans go. Dura Products, who's got the pipe? Jimmy Fay's got the pipe. Contact Jimmy Fay for irrigation, drainage, pool, and spa. You building a new house, contact Jimmy Fay. He's got your stuff. The B-Dry System. Your basement's wet? Get a hold of B-Dry. Believe in 271. Nobody fights alone. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, your local representative. George Kaler, Sales and Service. Liberty Affordable Housing. Rome Sign and Display Company. Nice Scoba. The men and women in blue, thank you for what you do. Robert Dix Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix. Tri-City Lacrosse. 40 years of summer fun. Master Vito Hyundai. Contact the sales force. CRM Rental Management. The Clinton Tractor and Implement Company. Contact the Caledona family. Hello, Yeti Nation. Get down to the Bag Square.
Hello, Yeti Nation. Uh-oh, Paul, you bombed out for a second there. I got you back now. What is happening, Paul Noecker?
What's up, Greg Beecher? What's up, Yeti Nation? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I am doing good. We playing with some different things today. We're going to try some different stuff out. I got the switcher going. This is hopefully so we will be updating. We won't be running at this Northeast Invitational, but soon enough we should be able to run this system here, which is an OC Go Stream Deck, and pretty impressive what it can do. You can show, I've got the 3 different cameras hooked up now, plus my webcam hooked up. So yeah, pretty exciting. So we should be able to have 2 end cameras and constantly have the other ones. And this basically will run in the background with your 2 behind the restraint lines. Looking, I'd like to get them behind the goalie. I just ordered some suction cups. So hopefully we could stick them on the plexiglass, like looking, you know, back at the net. And that'll basically run through this in the laptop. So we won't be able to do it at all places, but when we go to like Utica and we're at the Nexus Center, you've got a sweet setup and we've got enough room. And now I don't have to have Bobo clipped to a microphone because I've got this wireless system, so I can just kind of put a headset on Bob and he won't get twisted in the wires. We should hopefully have a lot of new features rolling.
New advances in the BSP going forward. That's awesome. And once again, you said at the next tournament over in Onondaga, we're miking up the refs.
Yes, we are. That's why I'm wearing this tonight. Essentially, is I wanted to make sure everything runs through the stream. We don't run into any issues. You know how these things go. It's, you can tell everybody, you can set it up a million times, but until you run it, and that's today I've unhooked and hooked this whole system up more times than I can count. It's been a learning experience, I'll say.
Right. Well, you want to know what? That's what it's all about. We're all learning different things at different times, and we're all watching incredible highlights this weekend, man. What a great weekend!
My goodness, yeah. We'll start with this game here, and wow, this San Diego Panther City. I gotta shut the volume off. There we go. That was playing over the top of your volume, but look at this goal right here. Just stop. Boom.
What
boom.
a split. Beats him back to the middle. What a great play.
Just muscles his way right through it and able to bury it.
That was an awesome play.
All right, so we've got a couple people out there. Yes, yes, we cannot wait, Josh. How do we sound out there with the wireless mics? Does it sound all right? And we have actually got a special Josh highlight coming up at some point tonight that we will get to.
There's some Josh in the arena.
We've got definitely some Josh highlights coming up, but Austin Stotts had a incredible game. I don't know if you've got the stats up in front of you. I don't quite.
I'm pulling them up in 1 second here. I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah, and we're going
beautiful.
to. Let's see here. I don't know why this is doing what it's doing.
Oh, the NLL website takes forever, but there's a long shot from Stotts again. He was on fire, especially in the first half. I don't know what his stats ended up being for Stotts, but he was all over it.
Yeah, as far as this is the one game, of course. There were so many games that I watched, but
Yeah, look at
the
this quick stick.
highlights, just a perfect on-the-money pass.
On the money pass, and he just drops it down and gets it out lightning fast. I love how pumped up San Diego gets, and you see Stotts or Leclerc picks up his stick for him and hands it to him. Damoud's been playing pretty good. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Panther City. They did not roll over this season, and actually, this was a pretty good game for them. I mean, yeah, it's not the outcome they wanted, but really wasn't a bad game.
Going into the playoffs, that's what you're looking for, right? You're sealing the deal on a lot of different guys.
Well, so Panther City is going to be down at the bottom of it, and you look at the 8th seed, and really with the one game playoff, with a 1 face and an 8, Panther City could be a team that can take you out.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, Stotts on fire though all year. It has been great, and honestly, with San Diego, I think it all comes down to Alighieri, and there's not much you can do off this one, though. I mean, this one just comes off the boards. He puts it back and spins, and just a absolute beautiful goal.
Wow. Watching the backside picks.
Yeah.
It's a great game. 6-5 right now.
I mean, what?
Oh, Dinky Dunk. How you doing?
But that's just way too much time in front of Damoud. I mean, you can't leave Westberg or anybody in this league open like that alone out front. And you're going to see right here. That's why.
Same thing. Yeah. Going back the other way. Got to the middle. Got the goalie to move his feet.
Yeah, so Panther City's actually on a 5-minute power play here. Crawford scores 1. They bring it to within 1. But Baptiste, this goal coming up, man, to start the fourth quarter like this, tied game, and I mean, I give a lot of crap to Baptiste because he's not always the best player. But this dive right here and knowing to take the shot, wow, what a goal. And you can see he's stoked, and this is his first goal of the year, actually.
It looked like he cross-handed it, too, a little bit.
Yeah. I got to make myself a little smaller here. I just realized I'm pretty
You're a
big
big
up
guy.
there. I was really getting after it today. Well, I got a couple cameras in the way here. I got things going on. Running the switchers a little bit different tonight.
It's what it's all about. It's the next step, baby.
Yeah.
Ain't no BS here. It's all BS.
That's right. You've BS with the rest, now BS with the best. I like
That's
that
right.
one.
I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
But right here, Malcolm's first goal of the game. The athleticism as they're diving across the crease to throw it back near side, that's so tough for a goalie. Because, I mean, do you cheat off the pipe?
And he didn't cheat much off the pipe. He was dragging that goal line. He didn't move. There was just a ball's width of area to score, and he did.
Yeah. And here's San Diego on the power play again, and Berg from up top. And that's like, you look at those outside shots, and everybody wants to talk about maybe that, that's the goalie. But really, when you have a guy that can cut across the middle like that and has that kind of time. But how about using the bench here?
Smart move.
But I mean, that's taking full advantage of the bench. I mean, off a blown play, and perfectly timed.
Great play.
Make sure the guy is well in the not just in the box but in the bench, and he comes down in a beautiful diving goal. And look, he is stoked, and that basically was the dagger for him. I mean, they're going to get another one right here, and that kind of is. But when you were watching the game, it seemed like it was over at that point. And then this Baptiste coming down here, just being able to bury that final one.
Solid game.
Yeah.
This was a hell of a game.
Oh, my goodness. And Dane
I
Smith
watched this one.
on fire.
The big dog.
Yeah. He had a
Barrel
pretty good
doing
game.
a nice job. Coming through. Is that Robinson?
Yeah, Robinson. That was a beautiful goal.
Yeah. Right down the gullet. Coultier with a nice bouncer. Yeah, Buffalo, I think they took a 5-5 5 in the first period. I lost all my stats and everything.
Yeah, no, they did. They came off the start. And thanks, Josh, for the comment there, letting us know how we sounded the volume. I appreciate it. This goal right here, though, they get it off the boards, and he just sneaks it in. You could tell right under Vince's arm. But right there, you can see they're starting to get Buffalo, get under their skin.
Yep.
That's such a big play. And then Zed Williams buries this one.
Great
Burn.
play.
I love this stat right here. They're talking about how great the Colorado penalty kill is, and Dane Smith says, "Oh yeah, hold on to that.
Let me take care of that."
Let me show you how great that penalty kill is right this second.
Yep. We gave you just snuck it through.
Yeah.
Nice dive shot.
Yeah, this is beautiful dunk right
Great
there.
pass. Yeah, right over the top shoulder. The one Nanitoke gets in later on.
That
What
one's
a
from
great
Kuche,
play.
too, stepping around, though. He gets a great screen. And,
Yep.
and Dylan Ward, I like the, we're going to check out something later here in the highlights. I think it's pretty impressive. But right there, Buchanan, getting Tahoka back, going through the middle where they've got to cover them and get after it like this, that is huge. And when Dane Smith is scoring goals like that, as well as feeding the offense, Buffalo's a hard team to beat. I don't know if there's very many teams in this league that can even really compete with that.
Well, they're definitely still allowing goals. That's the one thing that they're going to have to score more than the other team, obviously. But they're going to have to put their A games out there, no question.
Yeah, they're allowing goals, but when you can score like this, I mean, Nanito.
This is the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Got underneath them.
Reaches across. The patience of him not to throw it first to that near side as soon as he gets around, and just how physically strong to be able to just reach out and do that to these guys, the best in the world really out there on the floor defensively. So
Absolutely.
you're talking some of the best athletes, and look at that, just lightning fast, tiptoes around the crease. Yeah, Kelly had a huge game.
Tied it up. What a peck. It should have, there's a pick, and then I'm going to blow you off your feet. Is that a legal play right there? I got to say that's probably questionable. That's a questionable, a little too aggressive, I think, on the pick.
That's what I was just going to ask you, because it's not really a pick. He's just blasting in.
He's just blowing up, but that's what you do. That's what they do. They go through and clear through.
Here's the problem I have with it, though, is right now if that guy stops in the middle of the net, it's, the defenseman's going to beat the crap out of him. He's not going to let him stand there.
Right.
That's Robinson, and he is going to just beat the snot out of him. And you could see he started with
He had the
stick up
cross check.
high.
Yeah, he had the cross check up there. He was ready to go, and he just came through.
Yeah, no, like you said, if it was on a player if Robinson was guarding somebody else, I could see where you would say that would definitely be a moving pick. But no, I think going to the front of the net like that, that's on your defenseman. He's got to
stand his ground.
He's got to
Snap
stand
the
his
stick
ground
anyhow.
and at least, keep on him, not let him blow you, because at half a step you've seen, that's all he needed.
Definitely don't blow him. Blow him up, yes, definitely.
No, and right here, though, look at that huge save by Ward. He gets just the stick on it, but Byrne gets the rebound and puts it
back.
Yeah.
Boom.
And Josh
Ties it
commented
back
about Farrell winning the face-offs, for Buffalo, and that is a huge part because, make it, take it is a big thing in lacrosse. You get so much momentum in this sport. It's a game of runs. Everybody says it all the time.
It's a game of runs. And that's what, you get 4 extra face-offs per game, 5 extra, and these guys are getting, 12, 10, 13. Incredible move.
Oh,
just
my
split dodge off his hip. Boom, boom, snap.
Just a little shimmy shake, and it's gone so fast. And you can see.
And it's it's not 100 miles an hour either. That's what we're trying to get across to some of our newer guys with the Yeti. You don't have to, once you get to that position, put it 100 miles an hour. Get it on net.
100%.
It'll make its way through.
Look at this right here, Dane Smith. This is not a hard shot. He waits until he gets it and just threads the needle where it needs to be.
He's choked up on his stick. You know it's not going to be a whipper.
What do you think about what's about to happen? Big save, and he just steps
a
over
huge
the.
save. You know what? That's right. That's right. I just stuffed you. Stuffed you. You know, it would have been better if they were winning, but they didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't, and it would have definitely been an amazing highlight if they were winning. Everybody would have been talking about that. You would have looked at it, and everybody would have been like, "That step over by Dylan Ward was incredible, and
rude,
what a way to
rude.
just yeah."
Exactly. Especially if it was a game-winning type save, but unfortunately for them, the champs came away with a big W. They needed that.
Yeah. Another great comment about Buffalo is we would have to beat them 3 times in a season. It is hard to beat any team 3 times in a season. Yeah, we definitely probably do not want to face Buffalo in the first round. Hopefully we don't line up like that.
I froze up.
Nope.
Oh, there I am.
You're good. We were going back to the game.
Oh, okay.
We got more games here, and this is the Calgary Sass, but this goal, a little behind the back flip, and that guy barely holds on to it for a second.
Tic-tac-toe, snap.
I mean, just look at this pass. In the air, before he even touches the ground, it's in and out. That was impressive.
It looks like Jimmy Fay today. Jimmy Fay was just snapping, saying he wanted to be on man up.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He was phenomenal on the man up.
And speaking of when your defense gets up there a little bit, this is the kind of thing that can happen.
That's what happens. You get upfield and you can run.
Well, I mean, that's Jimmy Fay is, that Mike Messenger, except for Fay doesn't quite take the dumb penalties that Messenger does.
Right.
Just that tough, no-nonsense team leader, but Messenger definitely takes a couple of stupid penalties, but wow.
What a play that was.
Oh, my goodness. How do you just leave him with so much time in front of the net? I mean, we say that there's a guy draped all over him, but he wasn't.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. What a great outlet. Oh, dinky dunk over the top. How you doing, Calgary Roughnecks?
I don't know if anybody gets up and throws the outlet pass better than he does.
You've been on him all year about it, Greg. That's definitely we had him. He's got the most assists in the league, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's so fast with that. Stands up and gone.
And he knows his guys are out there. Puts it out there, runs under it, and gets a nice assist.
I love that comment. Yeah, what's worse, the no seats in Panther City, which Albany had some amazing attendance. We'll see when we get to the game, or the Saskatchewan turf. I don't know. That is that's a draw.
I'm sorry, but that is better than Calgary. I'm sorry.
We're gonna see because they split the weekend. They split the weekend, and basically they took both themselves out. Is the way I heard is if they split the weekend, they made it very hard for either team to make the playoffs. But instead, that's a tough way to go.
Instead, you got Mr. Teat. Hello, Mr. Teat.
Oh my goodness, Paul! I tell you, you have never looked like a smarter GM. Look at that behind the back pass from Teat to O'Connor.
9 points. 9 points, my man had. Man, what hell of a. They're playing great ball. Where was Rochester in this one? They went to sleep.
Well, I mean, not completely. You leave Ryan Smith open in front of the net like that. That's what you're going to end up with, though. Ooh, bad idea. Yeah, no.
But they got shut out in one of the quarters there.
And I actually really wonder. So, I mean, you talk about this New York defense. Are they the real deal?
Well, Dunkerley came through from what I was looking at the stats earlier, and what they have 58 shots on them.
Yeah,
that's a great job by Dunkerley.
That's what I mean. And if you talk about this is Taggart Clark, this is Coach Clark's kid,
right?
Getting in the scuffle. So he's in the middle of the floor. He's got that number 8 on, I believe. Yeah. So he celebrate. That guy's celebrating. He gets pushed, and Clark just runs over, and he's like, "No, I don't think so."
Nah, No.
Oh, he knocks his helmet off, and he's like, "Bud,
Yeah.
yeah." So,
You know who I am. You know who I am. I'm the coach's boy.
yeah, not on this team, they'll tell him, but
Not on this team. Sit down,
Launchberry,
Sonny.
nice goal.
Outside shot. Yep.
Yeah, they've had a few, but
Nice
look at that behind the back. Just
that was nice.
this, so I mean, at first I was like, oh, they're man up. Oh wait, no, they're not. They just left this guy all alone in front of the net.
Not a soul on him.
No, he's setting up at the beach. He's got his feet up. He's relaxing. He's got a soda pop.
Those two outside defensemen should have been pinching the pipe.
Yeah. So here was a stat. Rochester has given up 10 short-handed goals, the worst in the league at this point, the commentator had said.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible.
definitely. Well, it's just so funny because their offense is on point, and they've had some defensive good games, but really Hutchcraft in the defense for Rochester, I think, is what has been the difference and why I don't think Rochester is a serious threat or contender in the playoffs.
No, I don't think their captain has stepped up to the plate enough to. I mean, obviously he is. He's getting the shots, but he's not getting the production concept.
And look at this huge save by Warren Hill. And you would think when Warren Hill's playing like this, they got the game locked down.
Oh, he's gonna be on. Look at him. He's and then all of a sudden, what the hell?
Oh my goodness! And I tell you, that's on. I don't know. I think it's on Halifax's D really as we watch it. But look at this goal. This is just so fast.
Textbook.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's it right there. That's how you draw up a play. When you're teaching kids how ball movement works in transition or anywhere on the offense, if you can go from one side to the other, back to that side, the goalie either can't keep up with you and you throw it near side or you just throw it back. It's hard to make 4 moves in a row.
Are you able to go back to the beginning of that last play?
Which one?
Right back to the beginning where he starts coming down the side before he makes the pass.
This?
This one or nope, the next play. So at the start of the next play, watch where his hands are, the hand placement of, he slid his hands up right there. When he made that pass right there, he was holding that stick half, the ability of the eye-hand coordination of, normal stance, hands together. These guys, look at that. That's a great play by him as far as knowing that if he has that stick so far away, it's going to be a launch to his guy. It's basically a flip pass, nice and easy. Feathered it right in there, and look what it led to.
That was a good eye, Paul. Yeah, that was nice. That's Austin Shanks. And, they talk about it all the time. Like Paul Rabel, I think, has really started that where guys think you got to shoot hard. And Paul Rabel was a great field lacrosse player, but who has the most goals, him or Lyle Thompson? Who has more? Nobody accuses Lyle Thompson of being a, hard shooter, but he's very accurate.
Very accurate, with hands of gold.
Yeah. Yeah,
great play. Just a simple, easy little thing like that led to a goal because of a nice little pass. Not too much on it. Gets out of it. Nice spread.
Look at this effort, though, by Smith. The announcer said not even, not somebody you think of for the crease dive. But beautiful dive by Smith. And what a putback this is. So, yeah, he fakes everybody out here. Look at this fake shot, and he passes it. So he's got it up top. He rips it down low to this guy. Right above my head's got it now. He goes to take the shot, misses, bounces it off the end boards, and it makes it over there. And look at that, though. He is just up in the air, putting it back in. Wow.
That is a great play. Scooped it up, jumped up in the air. Knows Hill's out of position and just puts it back in.
Just the catch and spin and to throw it in there like that. Wow.
But he also made it. He even, if you take a look, he even makes a choice on: do I slam it on the top corner or do I put it on the lower bottom corner, knowing that the goalie is swinging his stick to the top side. That's pretty cool.
No, and when because you could actually see him, with the half a cradle or however you want to call it, to like a fake there. But beautiful Peterson, and what a dunk finish that was.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and that's Shanks again.
And then Vancouver starts to wake up.
Yeah, so here they had a delayed penalty, but what that guy is just getting beat up, and he buries it.
They let him underneath the double. Yeah, I mean, if the guy gets down on his hips, and listen to me, I'm all coached up after today, but if he's down on his hips, jamming his hips, he takes his hips out of the way. He's pushing them on the top side of his back. That's how he's able to get underneath them.
Yeah, no, and then they get the angle underneath. Yeah, like you said, it's all about that angle if they can push him down underneath. And right there, that's the angle
Nice
you
job,
want.
Jammer.
Is Cody Jamieson comes crumbing around. He just right around the top makes it look easy. And that's beautiful.
Like Josh says, what's gotten into Vancouver? They're coming out of the toilet and starting to smell like a pretty shit. That's for sure.
You want to know what's gotten out of Vancouver or into Vancouver? I guess depending on however you want to look at it. But that would be Coach Miloski. He's
brought the player. Yes,
he called every player out at the beginning of this year. He said, you came in out of shape, and you're all supposed to be professionals, and that's what you're supposed to do. And not only did he do that, I don't know, like 5 weeks ago, the reason I know it is because I made the short where he called all his guys out. He said it's BS. He said they're not going into the front. And I made a stupid clip that said, who's the best in box lacrosse production, and of course he said it's BS. So I love that clip, but he said he called everybody out. He said they're not going to the middle of the net. You can't expect to win a game if you're going to play like that. And then he goes, there's one player, and I forget who that was. He goes, he's the only one who showed any goddamn heart, and he went out there and he drove through the middle. He goes, but how many plays like that do we need? We need, we need 3-4 plays like that every time you're up and down the floor, not just one good play. He's like, yeah, and I think that's what's gotten into Vancouver, and I would say Miloski, and I think that's, I dropped my controller, but that's also not only what's gotten into Vancouver. I think that's what's happening with Calgary, is the loss of Miloski, I think, is huge. And I'm not saying Sanderson won't be a great coach, but I'm saying it's going to take him a year like it did, and I think Miloski wins both those games against Saskatchewan this weekend.
It's going to be a big one.
No,
they can do it.
Yeah, they still can come back in, but it's tough. Yeah, but this one right here, watch this save, and then again, they don't take the body. He just stands there. Withers actually just stands up for a second. And that's all it takes is 1 second when he turns and looks. You see his whole body.
He's not even paying attention to his offensive player there. Offensive guy runs right around him. Doesn't even put a stick on him.
No, and usually that's something Withers doesn't do very often, but here's another nice rebound pickup.
Quick release.
Oh, my goodness.
Right on the hip. That's the only hole there. Look, that thing is, it's shut. The door is shut, and he put it through the peephole.
That's crazy. So, this is literally not even a second. Boom. And, yeah, they're so fast. And it's in and out so quick.
Yeah, great goal. Halifax is feeling good, and all of a sudden...
There's another rebound put back. And Halifax just not doing a good job of clearing the rebound out in front of the net, though. How many goals have we seen? Another guy gets underneath.
To the front. To the front. Right where you want to be. Nice pass.
Yeah. And, Halifax, they didn't give up easily. They stayed with it, but, again, wide open in front of the net. Withers, though, this pickup, oh, my goodness. That makes up for that one at least.
A nice little spin around hoochie-coochie ground ball.
Whoop. And then just the ability to know his guy was there. Looked at him, Hasek, though, but thankfully he finishes that. Otherwise, that one doesn't make the highlight reel.
Right? Overpowered there.
Keegan Ball, though. Oh, my goodness. Wow, look at this kid, though. Everybody. He ran over... So that's what, Tyson Bell, and who else you got in there?
Looks like 14 that he ran over.
That's Withers.
In 18.
So Tyson Bell, Withers, and 34 is Tarafinko. Yeah, He just ran
Those are
over
some-
3 All-Stars. All 3 of those guys will be playing at the World Games this year, and Keegan Ball is really starting to come alive, and if he does, watch out. This Vancouver team is going to be dangerous.
He is
They are
young
dangerous.
and he's huge. He's huge. He's a big boy.
Yeah. You know, I'm a huge Vancouver fan. I think they're next year is going to be a good year. Hopefully they keep the team together. I think the longer Velosky's there, the better things are going to get.
Yeah.
This one nobody even realized scored. This is Stotts, just an absolute laser. Whoop. Ripped straight through. They reviewed
That
it.
went through
It
the
was a
goal. That
Yeah.
went through the goal.
Yeah.
Step down. Just for that. Well, and this is his first game back after how many games has he missed? Top corner.
Yeah, see, he goes just past the goalie, rips right through the net, and then see it behind the net now? I don't know if you can see it. It's right above the
Yeah, right next
like
to the R.
Ticketmaster.
Right next. Yeah,
Goes through the
right
net,
next to
takes
the
a
R.
bounce off the turf, and then comes back.
No shit. That's
Yeah.
awesome stuff.
Stotts knew it
That's
went
awesome.
in. He knew. He's like, that's a goal. That's a goal all day, boys.
He's like, Shorty, that went through.
The short guy knew it. It was the big guy that didn't quite catch it.
Well, he had eye view. That's why. It looks like he's about 4'8".
Yeah. Look at that nice little flip pass.
Nice pass. Walking the dog. Walking the dog. Woo, woo, woo.
All right, here comes Keegan Ball again. That's a short-handed goal.
Shorty. It's a
And,
short-handed goal for Shorty right there.
Did you happen to see that short that I put out today? With the
I haven't looked at
All right.
nothing. Just you and Stamper talking, but that was not the. I think that was the other day.
So I did it one over the top of this and over the bottom. So these are the 2 goals. They're 3 minutes apart. Same player coming off the bench. When I was clipping them, I thought it was the same goal. The assist was all that threw me off. He just did the same thing twice in a row off the bench.
Shit. No shit.
Once with 7 minutes left and once with 5. Beautiful. I'm telling you, Keegan Ball was on fire. I don't think you can expect him to stay this hot. I mean, obviously, but he looked great. And you know, Halifax did not want to give up. But Aiden
They're not
Walsh
giving
has been playing great. Aaron Bold is, you know, he's probably a Hall of Fame goalie. He's definitely had enough great seasons in him that it's easily justifiable. And now it seems like it's Walsh's time. No, he's come around, and Aiden Walsh has been playing really good.
They spent some sort of resource to get him. I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, and then
Whether it was through the trades, and no, that's what happens.
yeah,
Empty goal.
and now they didn't give up yet though. Stott
There's
says,
still
"I
time.
don't quit."
There was still time.
5.1 left. He scored. Unfortunately, a little too late, but now we get to look at Paul's favorite turf.
I hate this turf. You can't see the ball move around. Only thing that makes you know that somebody's got the darn ball is their sticks cradling.
It is tough, but you know what I do get a really good view of is my buddy OJ. He is
There he is.
he's got the Black
in the
Widow
corner
jersey
there.
on right in there, I believe. Oh, I got the mouse. I got to move that out of there. But yeah, there's OJ, the dude with the Black Widow jersey on, and he got to watch this goal firsthand.
That
And
was
you
nice.
actually see on a couple of them when he's celebrating, he gets into it.
He's a fan.
He jumps right out of the chair at one point. But what'd you think of these
Nice save.
jerseys? Oh my goodness, he's so good at that.
That boom.
Yeah, he stops that one, but he's so fast at this. Nice shot.
That's
Makes a
big
save.
save. Scooping it up. He knows this guy's breaking. Puts it on a rope.
I know you're taking Jeff Teat, but I don't know. I might take Del Bianco.
Again, you got to have a goalie to make great saves and plays like that right there.
Well, so they lost in the second game to these guys, and when you look at that loss, he still had 50-something saves.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense only took like 38 shots, but this one I love too. He saves this right in the throat.
You take a look at his stick, Greg. His stick is definitely longer than most, not by a ton, but it's definitely longer than most of the goalies.
It's above the net.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's definitely a longer shaft where does it help get it out there on a better line?
His hand's right on the bottom of it, but I mean, he just dropped that one out of his throat. That's what blows my mind. These guys are a different breed of human beings.
They are.
The goalies. And Matsuka to be able to finish that one. But yeah, I love this. He just blop. There, let me stick that out real quick, and here you go, boys.
Like a pelican dropping out a fish.
Yeah. And yeah, Matsuka, I butchered his last name, but beautiful goal.
A little hand wash for you.
Yeah. I love it, though. You can see the smile on his face. He's like, you're just mad because I scored on you.
Yeah, the dirty dog.
But they held
Yeah,
fast.
those jerseys, I'm not too big on those jerseys. What are they for? Why they got a pelican?
It's
a
probably
flamingo.
Probably Margaritaville night or something, I think. I think it's Margaritaville night. They did Black Widow. They had the Marvel jerseys. The Rough House or the Saddle Dome, whatever you want to call it, they are into it. Those guys.
Oh yeah.
It's a party there. They always have a ton of people in the stands. It's huge.
It's a bandit land atmosphere. Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's right. He is so exciting to watch Del Bianco because you never know. It's coming out fast, and even if he doesn't score, they just help set the offense up, and they make you get out there and account for them defensively.
Dixon doing what Dixon does. Nice pass down, pick away.
I mean, that guy caught it. Somebody all over him, and he's
all over him. All over him. Is this the one that he did the shot between the legs?
Yes, we are going to get to that one later. It's a Hogarth goal.
Right. Yeah.
That's a huge save, though, Shigliano.
That was a big save. Big fast break save, and then ouch.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan is awakened.
Well, the Rush have had moments of brilliance. This one, though, he catches that off the end board, puts it back, and just... I mean, it keeps his feet out, dives across, throws it in, avoids the goalie. Jesse King, he is so good. And that's the problem. When he doesn't score, though, or Tyler Pace, man, that offense gets so quiet sometimes.
Yeah, you got so many people, and it's quiet. Nice play. Good spin roll.
And again, like you said before, he pushes him up in the back. He's not down on his hips. He's not underneath him. He can't force him. He's already beat at that point, and he's underneath him.
And take a little of that, too.
Yeah. Here's the thanks for you, buddy.
Yeah, nice goal. That's the one.
Yeah. And Hogarth, who has had a very quiet season, though.
I mean, that's just... I'll be willing to bet he's probably practiced that sometime in his life because that's what these guys do. They're the amount of shots that they're doing, they're taking, the reps that they're doing, even if it's a shit and giggle, after a practice, taking a shot and a rebound and just doing something like that, they're able to do it. What an incredible play that was.
Yeah.
Both of that and that goal right there as well. That's a cool shot.
Yeah, I do like the over the head for the face-off. That is a neat look. Actually, though, Sass starts coming back, and the Rush, they probably had Owen and a couple of the other guys kind of questioning things at this point because they have been known to give up some runs. So I mean, thankfully they were able to score there, and they were able to win the first game. Which I played them backwards. This was the first game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and boom.
Big outside shot. A lot of outside shots being taken. Is that because of the turf? Is it hard for the goalie to catch the outside shot?
I think it's because when you look at Christian Del Bianco, he looks like a normal-sized human being as opposed to some of these freaking mammoths that they have out there for some of these teams. Like Dougie, when I actually stand next to Dougie Jameson, I don't even come up to his shoulders. Like, I'm not a big guy, but Dougie makes me look like a little kid.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's got a
Dylan Ward's
big
the same
broad
way.
shoulders. Yeah.
And this one, to be able to catch it, fight off the defender. And that's, again, look at the defender with one hand on the stick, and he's not underneath him.
Not putting something on his hip, just blasting him. Where's the double? Where's the slide coming from?
The slide was going right into the back of the net.
Yeah. Nice pick. Good pick up. And
that was a beautiful just pick up. All of a sudden, it was a bobbled ball out front. But you keep it in the offensive zone and get it towards the middle of the net. Good things are going to happen as long as you can pick up the ball.
Nice flip.
But, yeah,
Ouch.
right here with 4 minutes left now, it's 8-11. They're sitting there thinking, oh, boy, that's not
Let's stop this run. Let's stop this run.
There's Owen right there. This is where we get to see Owen.
There he is right in front.
Yeah, with his Black Widow jersey. But fortunately for Calgary.
That outside shot. That's outside shot.
Well, that's that Captain Jesse King doing what the captain needs to do and score at the appropriate times. And they never let the Rush go on a big run. They were able to kind of answer and whenever they scored. But right there is what I was talking about. So 58 shots, 2 minutes left, and 40-60 when we get to the final minute.
40
so
to 60.
He's made two more, and yeah, he beats him on that one. But that's 61. So 61 shots, 10 goals, 51 saves.
Oh, you didn't even, right off the bat on this one, you went right past it, and I was going to give a little hoot and holler. The first goal of the game, my man is back and he dressed, and look what happens.
Yeah, they didn't play that one on the highlights.
Right.
But
the second one I thought was pretty good too.
We did get the second one. I did not.
Yeah.
What was the first one? I was going to ask you. I noticed he was playing.
It was right off the bat, working it around. Basically similar to that run right there.
Just barely. Q had a great night.
He did.
Yeah, I had to mess with the screen to get the colors different, so that's why the white's so white. But the everything else was too bright, and when I turned it down, that kind of adjusted the white so bright. But yeah, right here, beautiful. Boom. Greer going through the middle. So yeah, it makes you wonder though why. I mean, Bertrand was fired up though. He's been sitting for a bit. He gets back out on the floor. There's a passion and fire
I got to prove myself. And he played a solid game, all the way around. Got up and down.
So fast.
Played some defense.
Yeah, that Jackson that plays for Georgia, man, he's
Shane,
good.
yeah.
Shane Jackson. I mean, both the Jackson that play, this Jackson's great as well. That's I forget what their first names are, but both of the Jacksons in this game had amazing games.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I said, I can't pull the stat sheet up while I've got all this crazy stuff. I've got some things blocking me a little bit.
That's what I'm trying to do that right this second, and we somewhat got it. I had to go to my phone, and it's a little one.
Yeah, it takes a little while to load up. But Lyle Thompson rips it over to Q, and Q with the outside shot though. He had Kell's number.
Kells sucks. I'm sorry, but Kells has got to go if that team is going to get any better. That's just my personal opinion. I suck too. Who am I to talk? But he's killing that team on sometimes.
Well, you got to remember he's a young kid, so you kind of got to wonder if he can get these lumps this year, maybe next year. Maybe he develops past that. But the way you sound, you do not believe that is the case.
I think he's been a main reason why they've been losing some of these close games. They were in this game all the way up. It's 8-8 in the third. Watch what happens. And I watched this game and I just don't think Kells is the guy.
I understand that, but like right here, so they take the shot. Nobody Nobody's on the rebound. I mean, and that's a beautiful grab, though. Watch how fast he picks that up, reaches out, picks it up, pulls it back, gets the shot off before the defense even knows what's happening.
I agree. Bad D.
That's a definite a bad defensive play there. No matter what, you can't blame that one on the goalie if the rebound goes in. But this one, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Right
Not
at the
to
buzzer.
mention, if you watch the game clock, that's 0. I got a picture coming up here. So the ref signals goal, whatever. So, but right there, it's 0. The ball's clearly in front of Kells.
Yep.
I don't know if you could see it on the.
Yeah, it's right. You can see the fade of it. Yep.
The blur right there. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. But they gave him that one, and that ended up being a difference.
Oh, the coach for the what's his name? Not Clark. Oh, what's his name for the Vegas there? The young guy with the beard.
Yeah.
He's a leprechaun. He looks like a leprechaun.
Here's Birdie's goal.
There it is. Nice split underneath.
Boop. He just blasted over the top of him, though.
Yeah, he's a beast.
How big is he?
He's about 6'3".
Yeah. Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
he's not a heavy. What's he? Maybe if 215. I mean, he's a mid. He can run and run and run and run, and he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's not a thick guy. He's in shape. He's working out. He's a pro. He's with the Redwood still.
And this one right here, I honestly though, if it comes from the middle of the top with nobody on him, I mean, yes, I know it's a power play, but your goalie's in no man's land. So if you're going to allow him to step down in, you've got to hope the goalie stays on that. You know, he's trying to keep a track where he is on the pipe. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. He just picked a corner. There's another corner.
Same here.
Yeah.
Jackson is just on fire. That guy can shoot the lights out. He's pumped.
Yep. And a good crowd in Georgia.
Nah. Yeah, no, Georgia had a pretty good crowd. Vegas.
It wasn't huge.
It wasn't, but look at that. I mean, he catches this way off balance, then throws the twister back the other way. What a goal.
And scores. That was a great goal.
Yeah. And that's Jackson again. He's so much fun to watch. And the big captain, Brett Manny, they retired his jersey in Albany. They did a really good, it was cool. I liked the montage. I didn't clip the whole thing. Obviously, we didn't want to steal it all from him, but he spent his entire career with this organization.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
That's in pro sports, I mean, that's LaFontaine there, Coach Clark, the ownership group, everybody talking about what a great guy is, and it was nice to see him retire his number. But I missed this goal. I didn't get there for the first one, but they get off, and Challen Rogers, welcome back, and he scores. But I did get there in time to see Simmons bury that one. That was right as we walked in, so that was really cool. Walked in, and we're like, okay, sweet. I'm a huge fan of Wagner. I'm not sure what Josh feels about our new guys. We got Wagner and Trainer. They have been, they're huge. They're going to be great additions. I feel like, defensively they did pretty good. I think our problem is you need that. Man, we struggle offensively. What a shot by Bushi, though. This one, I don't blame Dougie for it all. Like I said, if a guy goes from one side of the top to the other without anybody touching him, without ever actually stopping, what a rip.
That was a great outside shot.
Yeah. No, they hit quite a few of them, and just nobody's
quite
on their hands.
Outside shots.
No, they notice the trend. They know if you want to shoot on Dougie, he stays on the line and he moves quick, but they just fire it fast, and that's the problem with the pressure defense is when the pressure doesn't work, you leave guys all alone. Yeah. Transition for Toronto was good. We actually had Martin's parents sitting behind us, number 24. We filmed him at the Nations Cup last year, so it was cool. Got to tell him hi. And, he's playing for the Toronto Rock.
Yep.
Great player. Bushi, again, though. Bushi's getting hot. This Rock team, though, man, I don't think it was a bad game by Albany. I just think the Rock won it. I think that's really kind of what it boiled down to.
They went retro, and that's what happens. You should have stuck with what was working. Either I like the black jerseys. You should have stayed with your black jerseys.
Well, I was a little confused as to why we picked to go attack Blue Knight with the Rock, and we didn't have Marvel jerseys. I was like, come on, but, whatever. Is what it is.
It is what it is. That's why we are where we are.
I would have really liked some Marvel jerseys instead of the attack jerseys, but the attack jerseys were huge. Everybody had them on. They were cool. I do like the color scheme. I mean, it was nice, but I like the black better. And this Firth, wow.
Yeah. If you're the attack.
Yeah.
You're not. You should have brought back the Connecticut Firewolves, or what were they at?
The New England Black Wolves.
Yeah, you should have brought back them, if anything.
Yeah. Well, no, they were just doing it because, Albany Retro Night. It was. Yeah. And actually, though, Kurtz, you seen him, he threw a dime on that one. At the end of the game, though, Kurt, something was wrong with his stick. He was throwing high. In this one, I seen it, Longboat was stuck out on defense. They threw it over to Matthews, and Matthews just ripped it before Longboat even got over there. Toronto played great in transition. They got the Albany offense stuck out there a couple times. We had a few chances on Rose. Here's one. Watkinson's going to happy birthday goal. And he was stoked. He was like, let's go, boys. We're going to go back. We're going to win. Albany, a great crowd, though.
Good ties. It looks very good.
Yeah, no,
I don't think the Polly Walnuts place down there, that's full. All the way in front of you guys looks pretty full.
Yeah, no, it was pretty full. Grennan is still one of my favorite players to watch, but I think this man right here was the difference when you look at Rose. And the Toronto faithful, they did good. They're no Buffalo team. I mean, they traveled well, but it definitely wasn't didn't help that it was retro night. Maybe they did that intentionally. So
it might have been.
They couldn't tell what had happened there. So who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but you never know.
You never know.
I got to find out what happened to Josh's highlights. I don't know where they went.
I think, Josh, they definitely need some bodies to go through the middle and, take a little of the pounding off these little guys. Albany, they got some small guys.
Yeah. But
they keep on going for it. You guys hit a hot Rose, a good smelling Rose. It was, definitely, from what I watched, it was definitely his game, and they dictated defensively what you guys were able to do, what Albany could do. And then you make some solid saves and let the offense do what they got to do, and they did.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Good game.
It was a good game. Josh was in the minute to wing it challenge, and I had a video of it on my phone, and I forgot, actually, because we celebrated Jared's birthday. The whole reason we're doing Yeti Talks tonight is because tomorrow's Jared's birthday, but we're going to our in-laws, so we also did like a birthday dinner, and I forgot when I downloaded it from my phone to the computer, I never actually downloaded it to the computer, so it's sitting in my Google Drive waiting to upload to it. So sorry, Josh, and unfortunately you didn't win the minute to wing it. Otherwise, you would have had free wings for a year from the Recovery Sports Grill. It would have been cool. Because all of a sudden we were actually concerned. I was like, man, I hope they're all right, because they were gone. Like, they're always down in front of us. And they were gone. And they never came back. I was like, what happened to them? And then they do the minute to wing it, and they won. Or, you seen them on the camera, and I was like, all right, I get it now. And unfortunately for him, they weren't able to score.
It was a good game to watch. Definitely looking forward to the playoff scenario coming up. There's incredible games getting ready to be played.
I like it. He actually says in the comments there, it's because for the minute to wing it, they took him away for the second quarter, and that's really what killed him. So, yeah, I will give we're going to totally blame the Albany, whoever's in charge of the minute to wing it program, for ruining Albany's chances. But I think, honestly, you're better off having a game like this against Toronto now, play them in the playoffs. And you took your lumps, but man, Toronto's a good team. They're the real deal. I think with Schreiber back, Matthews is hot. Bushi is scoring good. Schreiber is such a playmaker. What you don't catch in those highlight reels, though, is just what he does for that offense off ball.
How was the Nardello? What's his name for Toronto faceoff
Ireland
matchup?
or Ireland?
Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, however
He
you say it.
however you say it. I think it's TD Ireland.
Yeah,
Depends
TD.
on yeah.
We'll go.
Ireland.
TD's easier.
Yeah, TD. So I was very impressed with TD. He did great against Nardella, but Nardella's defense has gotten so much better. He
Right.
had like one defensive blown coverage, which in the whole game is really good. That I actually remember thinking, oh man, what that sucks. But man, has his defense gotten good. Joe Nardella is honestly, I think defensively, he's probably better than Jake Withers now. Like at the beginning of the year, I wasn't quite sure Withers had usually been better, but if you just watched that last game, Withers getting beat. And this last game, Nardella was huge. Sturos was back. Young had a rough game for Albany defensively, but he's a young man. I mean, that's the other thing you got to remember with this team is the offense and the defense is what's the average age, like 20. You know, it might be like Jared. He's turning 17. I think that he's about the same age as most of these kids on the Firewolves.
Well, as far as there's age becomes a factor at this time of the year. Josh is saying Nardella isn't the same he was looking. Think of the reps. He's not just a Fogo. He's not like Farrell on Buffalo where you're facing off, getting off. He's facing off, and he's staying on there for playing defense, and also he's taking the runs up the transition concept.
I think that's honestly what is happening, though. Is it wears him out a little bit?
Oh yeah.
You see, so he's still dominating against the not good face-off guys, but the problem is pretty much every team has one now. Calgary, he did great against Calgary. They've got two guys that are like good face-off guys, solid face-off guys, but they're not in that same category as Nardella, Baptiste. And this Ireland, or TD Ireland, he is
Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland. He's going to be. Toronto's a whole package. They've got a solid face-off guy. He's not the best, but he's doing great against the best, and he's not losing 70% of them against the guys that win 60 to 70%. That's huge, because like you said earlier, 5 extra possessions. That's huge. If you can get 5 extra possessions, you're shooting 20%. That's a goal. How many of these have gone down to 1 2-goal games?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Halifax was still going at the very end. Now, if they had those extra runs,
yeah.
You just
and Withers had, he did. I'm sure Farrell. Actually, how did he do against Farrell? I don't know. I gotta pull up this website now that we're done with the highlights. I can actually pull up a web browser and hopefully get some things figured out here.
For whatever reason, it hasn't let me do highlight or updates on stats for this week at all on my iPad. That's why I'm dead and stinking.
You're dead and stinking. Oh man,
stinking.
Say it ain't so. So which one did we want to look at first? So for the we were talking the face-offs there. We wanted to see how Halifax did, how Withers did.
How Withers did. Look at that. It just all I got to do is update things, huh?
Yeah, once in a while that goes good. All right, so the face-offs. Withers was 26 out of 31. So yeah,
that's a dominant, and they should have. Again, they were in that game.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I got the wrong things up there. Boom. We can move a little thing around here. We'll do a little of this, a little of that, and now we'll be good when I pull it back up. There we go. Now we're rolling.
We're on it.
Yeah, no, so they did great in that one. But actually, let's see how Nardella did on the face-offs, because that is one thing live you don't catch. I'm terrible at paying attention to the stats. I'm a huge fan. Wow. Yeah, he got smoked. 17 to 4. Wow.
17-4. And that's Nardella has been huge all year.
Yeah. So I mean that was like I said, he played great defensively, but man, oh yeah, definitely. And that was really a 2-goal game. I mean, I'm not counting Rose's goal at the end. Rose is trash. We told him it was all his fault, and he obviously didn't care at all about it. So you know what, Rose, you're on your own.
You're on your own. Yeah, I mean that's a huge stat right there. Being pounded, that's huge. Nardella has been a huge asset for the Albany team all year, and Ireland came in and took 17 of 21. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Ireland's a beast. That's a huge thing for them. And actually, no, now you see the Bandits. Yeah, 16 out of 28, and that Farrell, he actually made a couple decent plays with it. I mean, he's like Baptiste. He's a stud athlete that if you can get him to learn the box game better. I mean, look at Baptiste this weekend. He's normally a Fogo, and I mean, even he was getting up the floor with a couple diving goals, and really, that was the difference in the game was him being able to kind of step up, took over at the beginning of the fourth quarter, scoring fast, and then he gets another one as the official dagger, and really, you gotta, I don't know, face-off guys. A lot of guys think they're overrated. Some guys I think overrate them, where they think, oh my goodness, the face-off guy is the most important thing. I still got to say goalie. I think I don't care. Jeff Teat can score 100 points a season, but if you can't stop, if you can't keep a team under double digits a few games, you're not going to win in this league. It's just that simple. You're not going to blow everybody out of the water. You're not going to win in the best of 5 series where you need 3 games that you score 20 goals. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm listening to you, and I'm going through looking at this week's matchups and everything, and I'm like, everything is basically solidified, though.
Yeah.
What does it matter? The Rock are in, San Diego's in, Albany's in, Georgia's in. So now we're fighting for 1, 2. Halifax and Buffalo are tied, and New York, Panther City are tied. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Calgary is sitting on the inside of the racetrack. That's going to be a huge weekend for these guys.
Yeah, no, as you look at we've got this week, I've got that pulled up over the top with the standings below it. And so the Rochester-Toronto game, that's really not going to matter. Rochester.
Not at all.
No. It's over for them. Philly and Colorado, that's Colorado didn't have the magic this year, and they've got a doubleheader for Vegas. I would expect Vegas to be able to win that second game. Hopefully you'll see Bertrand light it up a little bit. Calgary, Buffalo. Calgary can spoil Buffalo's time.
That would give Calgary the edge, right?
It should, and they'd be tied up, and then they would have the game to game head up the tiebreaker. Yeah. Yeah. So with them having the tiebreaker, that would, oh boy, that would be something. You imagine Owen would be going nuts. Everybody else would be like, "Are you serious?" But yeah, if Buffalo gets taken out by Calgary this weekend, it could happen. And then, woo, baby. And then we won't even get into the following week, really, because we just got to survive this week. And Albany if Albany loses to Panther City, that helps Panther City out, but it makes things really complicated. New York and Panther City holding up the bottom, though.
New York has just got to keep winning. Dunkerley's got to make the saves, and Teat's got to keep scoring the goals.
Yeah, no, if he can, that'll be good. So I found this interesting.
What do you got?
So the Philadelphia Wings, with goals against, 209, 180. Almost 180 goals for, but goals against, 209. And then the New York Riptide, 202. Nighthawks and the Desert Dogs basically both sitting at 200. And, when you look, with the exception of you've got the Bandits that are doing well, Halifax is doing okay, but the Wings, you expect them to sit there. What's really crazy, though, is the Roughnecks. They're only 4. That's how much their offense has struggled this year. That's why nobody talks about it. Everybody talks about Delbs, and he wasn't quite. He didn't have his goaltender of the year performance at the beginning of the season. It was definitely not his best beginning of the year, but he played solid. I mean, he wasn't losing games, and he's got 20 assists now. I mean, what more do you need out of your goalie? He makes 50 saves a night and gives you an assist almost every week. That's more than most goalies. And not only that, but he's helping start your offense. This Calgary team, I think it's just a kind of the way it shook out, they had some tough losses that were close. They didn't really get blown out at all, so they didn't have any bad games. And I honestly think, though, they have got some serious questions to answer when it comes to that offense, because do you stick with Jesse King? I mean, he's playing phenomenal. He's the leader. He is what builds the team. Tyler Pace when he's playing great, Cookie when he's playing great, but when they're getting more transition goals than anything a lot of games.
Yeah.
They play that, offense by committee without the committee showing up some nights, I guess.
Getting it done. It done.
It is funny when you look at how well they have done with the goals against average, that they are, they're right up there. They're in fourth, and they could very easily be tied for third. But look at San Diego and Toronto. And those are your top two teams, and it's always the same story. Offense will win you a few games. Defense wins championships. That's why I think Buffalo is not a serious contender this year. I think their defense and Vince have slipped too far down. Their offense is not going to score 20 goals a game. I don't expect Buffalo to make it very far. I mean, but I obviously don't know everything I'm talking about, so they could definitely do it. But I mean,
no BS there, baby. That's no BS right there.
200 goals against. Ouch.
That's a lot of goals for the it's
just
not
look
all
at
there's 3 games he wasn't in, so as far as 2 and they pulled him at the one point, didn't they, through that stretch?
He was struggling that one. Yeah, I think he was already injured at that point, basically. But yeah, but I mean, yeah, that was tough. And the Buffalo fans all on the board were all talking smack about Vince, and they said it's time to get rid of Vince. A bunch of them, and it's like, man, that guy's a legend. He has won you guys a lot of games, but it's tough. And I can tell you right now, they cannot feel good about their backup. Shanahan you've got to figure something else out. That did not work out well for you.
No, it didn't. You ride Matty Vince until he says I'm done playing. And
well, you're going to, but you need somebody there when he gets dinged up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it needs to be a better solution than Shanahan was. And maybe he was cold, but I mean, I don't know. You watch those games, and I didn't even know if you could really blame him. Their defense was kind of banged up. They've got some young pieces in there that are doing well, but you see the chinks in the armor. Although Belter, I think, has looked phenomenal this year. I think, honestly, of all the guys in the Can-Am that we got to watch, for me, he was the biggest surprise how well he healed from that ankle injury to be able to do what he's doing this year. That's kudos to him. That's so awesome. I'm so glad to see it.
Yeah, that's a testament to what these guys go through.
Yeah,
they are pros.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they liked our crowd noise there. Josh is saying, and it was 5,300. No, the attendance. It was a good game. I was pumped. A lot of good things for Albany. But Paul, we've been doing this for over an hour. That's what I was just clicking through to see how long we've been doing this, and I was like, oh my goodness.
They flew through.
Buffalo.
They flew through.
Oof. Yeah, it always flashes.
Watch out. I think the Riptide might do something. I don't know. I might be but then I gotta. I'm still. Watch out for Buffalo. You got the Great Dane out there. You got Josh Byrne. They're still leading up in the top points and everything. Defense is going to find its way. They're going to collapse in and start playing like they normally do and take a bunch of soakers.
That is the other thing, though. I mean, when you look at how many goals they have, they're way ahead of the rest of those teams at the bottom. Like, it's not even close. Yeah. They're 30 goals ahead of the next team, like, in the bottom 4. So, I mean, their offense, that's why I say offense will win you some games, but defense wins you championships. And then I just don't think they, unless Vince gets on fire, which can happen, but I'm telling you, I don't think they can, I don't think the Great Dane and Byrne can score enough goals to carry them.
Again, that's where Nanitoke and Kuche and Robinson.
And if they all can do that every game, but nobody's going to play, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to go very far.
No, there's a lot of great teams this year.
Oh my!
Like we said at the very beginning of the season, each team is able to win at any point, any game they can go in there and play and win. And Albany proved it at the very beginning when Buffalo came down, and you guys beat Buffalo, the defending champs, in your house. What an incredible job!
Yeah, that was nuts. So I'm just playing with this a little bit before we go. See, so there's the source. So we have all two of them working, and I've actually got a third one that I'm not going to put on because last couple times I tried to get kicked off the microphone. So we're going to leave that because that's the old one. So these are the two new GoPros that we had come in. So thing one, thing two, and they're working. The switcher's working good. It's been awesome as always, Paul Noecker. Without you, this would not be happening. I would not be sitting here clicking on all these sweet buttons, checking out all our fun stuff, and learning as much as we have. Thank you very much, Paul. What is your game of the weekend, though, as far as I got to know? It's got to be that Calgary-Buffalo game, right?
I'm looking at the Calgary-Buffalo game, but I've also got an eye on, if you take a look at the end, the Calgary, not Calgary, Colorado. There's a fight for the bottom there. You want to know what? I don't think that the Vegas wants to be on the bottom there, and there's a three-way race for fourth place. If the Desert Dogs beat Colorado, Colorado loses to the Philadelphia. You went from championship to basement if Colorado loses both those games.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. And I
mean,
tell you,
where did that team go from the championship? You took it deep into the championship, and now you're sitting near the basement.
So you talk about, like, I like to talk a lot about, goalie and everything else. But what's the difference with the two teams? They have the same. Dylan Ward's still there. They've got most of the defense. They are missing. I forget who it was. They did get rid of one of the defensive guys. That was a pretty big part. But more than that, Lee got hurt. Yeah. The offense hasn't been able to score. When you look at it, 160 goals. You got to be able to score, though. I mean, the Mammoth 184. So they've given up 15 less. That's basically an entire game less than Buffalo. When you look at it like that. They could forfeit a whole other game. They haven't given up a ton of goals, but 160. And, it's second to the bottom. Right now, Vegas, they very easily could. And I tell you, Vegas, another game with Bertrand, they'll be ahead of Colorado.
Go Birdie. I'm a 315 supporter for Bert, and I hope Charlie does well and takes it right into the PLL season and kicks ass, and then does it all in the World Championships here with Team USA. Hopefully he makes that team, and we get to cheer him on here in the local area.
That's right. USA all the way, baby. Let's do it again next week.
Peace, people. Thank you.
Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, your local representative. George Kaler, Sales and Service. Liberty Affordable Housing. Rome Sign and Display Company. Nice Scoba. The men and women in blue, thank you for what you do. Robert Dix Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix. Tri-City Lacrosse, 40 years of summer fun. Master Vito, Hyundai. Contact the sales force. CRM Rental Management. The Clinton Tractor and Implement Company. Contact the Caledona family. Hello, Yeti Nation. Get down to the Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Fay Farms. Where's the beef at? Contact Jimmy Fay. Family Landscaping. Make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. The Black River Ale House, where the Romans go. Dura Products. Who's got the pipe? Jimmy Fay's got the pipe. Contact Jimmy Fay for irrigation, drainage, pool, and spa. You building a new house? Contact Jimmy Fay. He's got your stuff. The B-Dry System. Your basement's wet? Get on.